Hello, good morning to Miss Aina and my fellow classmates. Uh, for today, I will be going to present how the brain controls language and communications within brain functions. So, yeah. Have you ever stopped to think about how effortlessly we speak, understand, read, and write? It feels automatic, right? But in reality, our brain is working behind the scenes, like activating multiple areas to make communication possible. So for today, uh, I will take you on a journey through the brain, showing how different regions work together to control speech and language. As yeah, so by the end, you understand why certain brain injuries lead to speech disorders and how damage to one part of the brain can affect the way we communicate and like the way we speak, basically. So yeah, let's begin with key areas in the brain responsible for speech and language. So brain and speech functions. Speech and language are complex processes controlled by multiple regions of the brain. When we speak, listen, and or write, different brain areas work together to process the information, form words, and produce the meaningful communications. So yeah, and the next slides is going to be the key brain areas involved in speech and language functionings. So first of all, here we have the major brain areas for speech and language, which is for Broca's area, which produce productions. The location is the left frontal lobe, and the function is help us produce speech fluently and form grammatically correct sentences. Like for an example, if this area is damaged, Broca's aphasia, a person may struggle to form complete sentences saying want food instead of I want to eat some food. Uh, like that. So the interesting fact about this is people with Broca's aphasia often know what they want to say but can't physically get the words out. Yeah. So next up we have Wernicke's area, where we it has the function of understanding language, which is the location is the left temporal lobe, and the functioning is help us to understand the meaning of words and sentences. For example, like damage causes by Wernicke's aphasia, where speech sounds fluent but lacks meaning, like saying, "The sky is cooking a happy chair." By this matters, like even though the person can speak, they struggle to process language correctly. Next up is motor cortex, which is for the function of speech movements. The location is the front on the frontal lobe, presentral gyrus. For the function, it helps us control the muscles needed for speech, including the tongue, lips, and vocal cords. For example, like damage leads to dysarthria, where speech becomes slurred or hard to control. For the key insight, this is why people with brain injuries or strokes will sometimes struggle with clear pronunciations. So for other important areas, like auditory cortex, located in the temporal lobe, this area processes speech sounds, helping us recognize words and tones. For example, if they match a person might hear words but struggle to understand their meaning. So next up is Aguilar-Gyrus, which is found in the parietal lobe. It plays a major role in reading and writing. So if damage can cause alexia, which is difficulty in reading, or agraphia, which is difficulty in writing. And the last one for the major brain areas, arcuate fasciculus, a white matter tract that connects Broca's and Wernicke's areas. So if damaged, a person may hear like a table but say label instead. So yeah, it will form a contradictions between the mind and the lips. Next up, we move on to left versus right brain in language. So this one is left hemisphere, which is language dominant. It will controls grammar, speech production, reading, and writing. For an example, a left hemisphere stroke may cause aphasia, making it difficult to form or understand speech. So for right hemisphere, which is for emotion and context, this part processes tone, emotion, sarcasm, and humor in speech. So for example, like if it damaged, a person might speak in a monotone voice, like a robot. There is no emotion, and yeah, there is no tone in the everyday speech, and struggle to understand jokes or emotions in speech. Like literally, they lost their heart. Yeah. So, how brain damage affects speech? Here we have aphasia, which is speech and language impairment. So the damage is going to go to Broca's and Wernicke's area, where they can lead to difficulties in speaking, understanding, reading, and writing. And for dysarthria, which affects the speech muscle weakness, this is caused by the damage to the motor cortex. So for an example, a stroke that can make it difficult to move the tongue and lips properly, leading to slurred speech. Next is apraxia of speech coordination problem. The brain struggles to coordinate the correct movement for speaking. Like for example, the person knows what they want to say but can't make the right sounds. And last one is hearing loss and speech. If the adult auditory cortex is damaged, a person might hear speech but struggle to interpret words correctly. Yeah. So to summarize, different areas of the brain work together to produce and understand language. The left hemisphere is dominant for speech, while the right hemisphere helps with emotion and tone in everyday speech. So the damage to specific areas can cause aphasia, dysarthria, or difficulty understanding speech. Understanding how the brain processes language helps us appreciate how complex and incredible human communication really is. So, yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.